Okay guys, as promised, it is finally time to finish the cake pops that we started clear back on Sunday. If you remember, on Sunday I showed you how the cake pop batter is actually made, and now procrastination is over. It is time to make those Peppa Pig cake pops, due tomorrow. So no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna be up all night as long as it takes. So I'm gonna show you how to, again, scoop the cake pops. We're gonna start with the cake pop batter already made, and I'll show you the process from there on out. So we're gonna make a total of 2 dozen cake pops tonight. We are gonna make 4 different flavors. So we are making royal wedding cake, which is a vanilla cake flavor with a slight hint of almond. We are making strawberry lemon cake pops. We are making red velvet, and we are making some double fudge brownie cake pops. Again, 6 cake pops of each of those 4 flavors. So what I'm going to do first is just shape all of the cake pops. We want them all exactly uniform, same size. What I use is this scoop. This is I don't know if it's an ice cream scoop or a batter scoop, a cookie scoop. I use this to make sure that all of the cake pops are completely the same size. And yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna do 6 cake pops of each flavor, starting now. Okay, so I've made 24 cake balls, cake pop blobs. Now I need to form the cake blobs into the cake pops. If you've ever watched Peppa the Pig, it's a cartoon. I would insert a picture here, but I can't because of copyright infringement. So I will tell you that the pig itself it's a kind of roundish face, but it has like a very long snout, and then it has like 2 little pig ears. So I need to make these cake pops look like a pig with a long snout and 2 ears. So that's my next step, is to actually shape the cake batter into something that resembles Peppa the Pig. I'm going to use, for the ears, I'm going to use Jelly Bellies. I'm going to use Jelly Bellies to form the ears. So because I'm using a light chocolate color on the outside of the cake pops, I have to use a light pink because Peppa the Pig is a pink color. So because I'm using a light color, I need to use all of the light colored Jelly Bellies for the ears. If I used a black Jelly Belly and then dipped it in a pink chocolate, it might very well show through the pink chocolate and it would look ridiculous. So I have to choose all of the light colored Jelly Bellies to make the ears. So I have all of the light colored ones here, and what I've done is cut them in half. So each Jelly Belly is going to make 2 ears. So all I really need is like the top little rounded part of the ears. So I have all the light colored ones here. We're gonna put them on top of the formed cake pops, and we're gonna try to make this thing look like a pig. Here we go. Okay, I have all of the pig heads completed now. What I've done is put them back in the refrigerator as each set of 6 is done so that they are not too soft when I go to dip them in the chocolate. Hopefully they are the right consistency and the right temperature. If the cake pops are too soft, they will fall into the chocolate. If the cake pops are too cold, then when they meet the warm chocolate, they will crack, and then I have to fix the cracks. So it's really a balance of finding the right temperature for the cake pop batter before you dip it into the chocolate. So after I formed all of the cake pop heads, the pig heads, I put them into the refrigerator to keep them chilled, and hopefully they'll be at the right temperature when we dip them into the chocolate. So all of the pig heads have the little ears, the Jelly Belly ears. I don't want the ears to fall off when I dip them into the chocolate, so my next step is going to be to add the sticks to the cake pops. At the same time, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of chocolate onto the ears and stick them back into the heads so that the ears stay on nice and firm when we dip them into the chocolate. So that's the next step, the sticks. So I'm going to dip the sticks in chocolate, put them in the cake pop batter, and then I'm going to glue the ears on with the chocolate as well. So that's our next step. Okay, here's what our cake pops look like so far. These are little pig heads. I know it's hard to imagine, but these are going to be little pig heads. So we've got the stick, we've got the ears. The next step is to dip the cake pops into the chocolate. Here's my pink chocolate. I'm going to dip them in. Hopefully nothing falls. Hopefully nothing cracks. Let's do it. guys, so here are all of the dipped cake pops. These are the pig heads that have been dipped in pink chocolate. What I wanted to show you is that some of the cake pops have these cracks on them. And that's because when I talked to you about how important it is to have the right temperature of the cake pops, you want to have, if the cake pops are too soft at room temperature, they're going to fall off into the cake, into the chocolate, and you're not going to be able to get the right consistency. They'll fall. It's just going to be a mess. So you don't want the cake batter too soft. On the other hand, if you put the cake pops in the refrigerator or the freezer and they are too cold, once the cold cake pop batter meets the warm chocolate, it's going to cause a crack like this. So now I'm going to show you guys how to fix these cracks in the cake pops. Okay, cake pop cracks are not fun, but they are repairable. They happen to the best of us. So I'm going to show you how to fix those cake pop cracks. This is one of my Peppa Pig cake pops that has a crack. She's cute, but she has this like wildly crazy crack right there. So I want to fix that before I start actually painting her face. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. It's definitely worse to have the entire cake pop fall into the chocolate than to have a cake pop that has a crack that needs to be fixed. So I'd rather do this. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So we have our cracked cake pop, and we have the same chocolate here that I used to dip the cake pop into. I also have a toothpick, and you want very clean hands. So what we're going to do is dip the toothpick into the chocolate, and then you need to just run the toothpick along the crack with the chocolate on the toothpick. So let me show you. This is a time sensitive issue. So run the chocolate with the toothpick along the line of the crack so that it looks like that. Then you run your finger along the line of the cake pop crack and just smooth the chocolate out as it dries. So you need to do this as the chocolate dries. And smooth it out with your finger as best you can. And so here is, I'm just rubbing it as it dries to make it as smooth as possible. And there we go. There's the finished cake pop. Okay, you guys, we are on the last phase of the decorating process for the cake pops. This is what all of our cake pops look like. They look like a little, it's a little pig guy with little ears and a long snout and no face. So now it's time to put the face on the pigs. We're going to use chocolate for that, of course, and we're going to do this 24 times because we have 24 cake pops to decorate. So that's what the cake pop looks like. We're going to use chocolate to decorate the cake pops. I showed you previously how we put the chocolate in these, what are these? Parchment paper. They end up being like little cake decorating packs. I'm going to start with the white chocolate because I'm going to start with eyes. I'm going to put the whites of the eyes on every single cake pop, and then I will do all of the little decorations after that. Some of these guys will have eyelashes, some of them will have black glasses, and I think they all will have little like rouge cheeks. So I'm gonna decorate these guys up and I'll show you what they look like afterwards. Gonna start with the whites of the eyes. Okay, you guys, here are the finished product.